Welcome back, guys, to part 3 of the game dev story. Last time we left off, we were just finishing our 3rd game, and the big question on this game is how well it's going to sell. The things that were going against this game were the maybe not so popular combination of genre and type of game, and also our staff didn't seem to do as good of a job on this game as it did on previous games. So these are the things that are going against our sales, but we can also spend some money on advertising, which may boost our sales. We do have more fans than before, and with advertising we'll have even more fans. So, and we will see how well this game does. Right now, okay, so we did make a record on the sound, but unfortunately everything else seems to be pretty lacking. So, let's see how well our reviewers view us. Okay, not the worst, not the worst. About the same as what we got in the first game. So, here comes a big test of what our users, what our customers think of us. And they're gonna vote with their wallet. So, let me use this opportunity to buy some ads. As you can see, our advertisements are really hitting some diminishing returns here. More and more groups of demographics are not responding to our advertisements anymore, so this means we have to change things up a little bit. But as of right now, this is still a very cost-effective way of raising our fan base, because we are still gaining fans. And for $30,000, getting any fans at all is a pretty good return on investment, so I'm not complaining. And at this point you may think that, oh, the fans we're getting in return for $30,000 may not be enough to justify the cost of buying these advertisements, but these fans aren't going to go away and they're going to stick around, so building them up now is going to help us on all future games. So I'm not too worried about spending more money than I get back for these ads just yet. So as you could tell, our magazine ads are really starting to run out of steam, so we're going to move on to online ads. And even online ads is not as effective as it would be. So I think that pretty soon we might have to move up even more. But right now it's still working. Okay, so this is, you can see the diminished returns hitting. And let's take an overview of our staff. Okay, so it looks like some of our staffs could use some rest. I am starting to become really anxious. I'm starting to lose some patience because I do want to replace my staff, because some of my staff just have such low energy level or power level that they can't work very long before they have to rest, go home, and not work on the game. So I do need 50 research points before I can finish leveling up my writer. So for my new game then, I will just, instead of choosing the regular direction I've been using for development, I'm going to choose the research direction for development in order to maximize the research data points that I get. And so it looks like we can upgrade here, because we're not going to have any future consoles that are much better than the Exodus. units, and by the time we start hitting 2 million units, consoles or more, we're gonna have enough money to upgrade as soon as those consoles come out. So right now I'm not too worried about how we may not be selling enough games to justify the cost, because we will be using this for the near future to get our money back. Okay, so we spent 400,000, and again, we're not worried about hiring any staff anytime soon, so we don't need to worry too much about how much money we have in the bank. We just need to... Okay, so it looks like we're... The good thing is we are moving to research now, so it's gonna reduce the cost for us. And we are also going to go back to producing our best-selling game, which was Action Ninja. Okay. That looks about right. Oh, it looks like we are gonna need some money. So I'm just gonna lay back a little bit and let our first game sail. This is also gonna give our staff a chance to rest up a little bit, so we're not missing out on too much. Oh, not bad, 42,000. It's quite good actually. We made it to the top 10. I'm surprised that for the genre and type of game we developed that it's selling so well, but then again we did spend a lot of money on advertising, so that's not too surprising in that respect. And of course we do need to move around. I don't need niche appeal, I need a better game. Action Ninja. For our proposal we're going to use our regular writer. It doesn't look like he was too happy or too excited about writing for this game, so we can still hope for the best that he's gonna give us, okay, not the best results, but better than nothing. Our game, of course, is still selling very well. Happy about that. We're hitting back the 500,000 mark. Unfortunately, you guys aren't skilled enough to make that worthwhile, so I'm not going to take you up on that offer. So, what this guy sells is very important later on, but right now, I don't think that it's worth it to... I think one of the most valuable things that this guy sells is actually the Deadbolt, which allows us to recharge our staff and maximize how much we get out of them. So I will be buying some Deadbolt from him, but otherwise, the other things I'm not going to worry too much about. So after you buy 3, this guy just leaves. So this guy comes in periodically to sell the stuff, and you can pretty much buy, eventually you can buy enough Deadbolt every time he comes in to continuously use them to recharge your staff after every game you develop. So that becomes a really good way to streamline and increase the speed of your game development. So this is just a tip that the game gives you to tell you how you can increase the genres and types of games you can develop. So you want to train your staff. But to get the most out of training your staff, the staff needs to be at a certain level. And some of the things you can unlock with the same training requires one level, whereas if you have a lower level, you're not going to be able to unlock those things. So the training cost doesn't get you those additional benefits. For graphics, I am going to use my graphics designer. You can tell that she's already getting a little bit tired of doing graphics over and over again, but she is my best graphics designer, and it looks like she's giving me a lot. So that's quite good. We're gonna have a nice looking game, it looks like. And it looks like our game is finishing. That's pretty good. Better than I was expecting it to do, actually. So, we got a nice amount of money for our next game. It does look like we may be able to get enough research data points to upgrade our writer. So, yes, I will use my sound engineer, but I don't think that he gave me a whole lot last time, so I'm not too optimistic about Abraham because he hasn't really been contributing a whole lot. Okay, he got double digits, that's pretty good. Better than what he gave me for a while. So it looks like, hopefully... Oh, it looks like we're gonna have just enough to have 50 research data points to upgrade our writer to the max level. And then we can start hiring. But it doesn't look like we have enough money, and we're not too worried about the money right now because we do have to train our writer also in order to unlock some of the stuff that we want to unlock. So, not a big concern. I got a fan letter. Hello, I'm a high school student and I love Lizard Inc. games. In fact, I've been playing them so much I failed my last math test. That's not good, high school student. I'm really looking forward to what you're going to put out in the future, so please work hard on them. By the way, my favorite game is game number 3. So I haven't been naming my games, and they are just called game number 3, game number 4, game number... So, that's just funny. Nice. Great. Making a lot of progress. So it looks like this game is going to be pretty decent. It's got a good graphics and good fun. Unfortunately, it's not the most creative game I've put out, but this game should be able to sell pretty well. Nice, I have a record, a new record for fun. So, oh no, our viewers don't seem to like it very much. Not the worst, making some improvements. Alright, so let's take a look at our staff. They're all pretty tired, but then again, they always are. And I'm just gonna go straight ahead to the next game. Oh, it looks like we do need to wait for some money to start rolling in, so let's give our staff a chance to take a break. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Looks like we're gonna be selling very well for the first week. That's great. We're number 6 now. We're moving up very quickly. And of course, with that, we have a lot of money coming in. What I want to do now is I do want to start training. Oops. Actually, let me upgrade. Yeah, so I do want to upgrade. And I also want to train them so I can unlock some of the stuff they can give me. Unfortunately, he's got really low energy levels, so I'm not going to be able to put him through too much before he runs out of energy. So yeah, oh, I unlocked Fantasy. That's wonderful. It's a really good game type. And I'm going to be able to start a really, a Samurai type. Awesome. So his energy is depleted, so I'm not going to be able to use these training methods. Let me see if there's any other high level. I guess we can get started on the sound engineer. I actually don't think you need a sound engineer who's higher than a level 3. So I can replace this guy and train him whenever I want, without worrying about missing out on some game types by not having him at a high enough level. So yeah, we're just unlocking a lot of game types. That's awesome. Okay, so we're really taking care of business. Mystery type, awesome. Yeah, for these guys I'm going to wait. The energy is getting low. I don't want them to go back home. I want to start working on the next game as soon as possible, so I'm just gonna... let's give some full energy. Nice. And let me start developing a new game. We have RPG, and RPG actually goes with fantasy very well. So that's what we're gonna do about this. But I am curious about... yeah, we don't have any other A popularity genres, so we're going to go with this. And let's go to fantasy. Fantasy is only a B. It's not too bad. I'm not gonna complain about a and a B. This should be a very good, and I will continue to use research because I do want to get some of my employees replaced as soon as possible, and that's going to require me to level them up. So, okay. For a fantasy RPG game, I think the game world is going to be very important. So I would like my customers, the people that are going to play my game, to experience a very good game world. And for writing this, I'm still going to use my writer, even though he may be sick of writing at this point. Because I just don't think I can risk him with anyone else. But he's giving me a lot. That's pretty good. Yeah, sales record. Awesome. I'm really excited about how many games I'm selling. I mean, it's going to be over 200,000. I'm going to be hitting the 500,000 mark pretty quickly, I think. For graphics, I am still going to use my designer. Hopefully, she gives me double digits. It's not quite. Yeah, so I definitely want to get new employees as soon as possible. Just not getting a whole lot from these guys. Nice, 200,000. That's very good. Pretty excited about this game. Looks like I could end up with some pretty good stats. Yeah, so... oh, finally! I'm getting double digits out of Abraham. Not the best game I've put out, but it's a pretty creative one. The graphics aren't terrible. And I got a lot of research data points out of this, so it means I can start upgrading my employees. So yeah, so no new records anywhere, but it's just a pretty average overall game. But luckily, I mean, the combination of genre and type is pretty good, so hopefully we get some nice sales out of this. Yeah, it doesn't seem like our reviewer appreciates our lack of efforts. So and I agree with our reviewer, so I don't think that we worked very hard on this one. But we are just we're a new gaming company, and we just have a lot of work to do before we... Since the action ninja genre was so successful, I'm going to continue using it. And I think that this is going to be the last one where I'm going to use the research direction, because I'm pretty much done with this staff after this game. So I'm going to be saving up my money for new hires. And for Action Ninja, I think that's pretty good. I still like this. I'm still going to use my writer. Looks like he's giving me a lot. Oh, that's nice. So it looks like John likes writing for Action Ninja. That's something good to know. Ooh, I am selling very well. Great. So why not? In Trendroll. I wonder which company this is parodying. Wow, this one has almost 2 million. I almost wish we waited for this one. I think we're gonna make the switch for, if not the next game, then definitely the game after that. So we're hitting 40%, now it's time to work on the graphics. It looks like we got some pretty nice stats already. Come on, D, give me something good! I am counting on you. Oh, it's looking good already. This is pretty good. I am excited about this game. And I am going to do some advertising since we have so much money already. The online ads were already giving us diminishing returns. Let's see how much more we can get out of this. Yeah, so I'm gonna move up a little bit because it's not giving us that much. I'm gonna do radio ads. You know, I would think that for gaming, online ads would be more effective and just better than radio ads. But I guess this isn't the most realistic things. I mean, who really listens to regular radios anymore? I mean, even if you're doing radio ads, you're probably doing them on Spotify or like online radio stations. Because besides listening to radios in cars, it's pretty rare for gaming generations to, I think, listen to the radio. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna leave these guys alone for now. Let's continue developing our game. It looks like we're gonna be capping off this game sales at just over 200,000. We didn't sell as many as I hoped, but then again, the game that we developed wasn't that as good of a game as I hoped. So Abraham. Abraham, you're gone. I am so done with you. For the past several games, you've just given so little effort. Yeah, so unfortunately the sound is a little bit lacking. But we do have a lot of research points saved up. At this point we're just rolling money. We don't really care how much we spend on what, because we're just earning so much money on every game. So what we have here is a really fun game that's pretty creative, and that also has pretty good graphics, but the sound is a little bit lacking, so hopefully our critics go easy on us. Maybe not. Oh, that's our lowest score. I think that's our lowest score yet. I think we got a higher score on our first game. All because of Abraham with his efforts. So yeah, I'm so ready to get a new staff, I think. For designer, I don't think we need to go past level 3 with her, so I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to finish off training our writer by doing the anime and the movie training. And then I'm going to look for a new staff. I am also gonna train our designer here. But before we do, I wonder what the cap for colder is. We might need a higher level for colder to unlock everything that we can unlock. Yeah, so I'm just looking up at this right now, so it does look like we need a level 5 coder, so it looks like Gilly Bates is going to be staying with us for a while, which is fine with me because she's pretty talented and has really high energy level, so I like that. I'm going to leave this here for now, and for the staff, I'm going to train our writer. Looks like he's just really out of energy. And we unlocked cartoons. So we can start training our designer. We unlocked the train type. I have a feeling there's a lot more coming. Cosplay. I didn't know there was a cosplay type of game. I'm not sure if I've ever played a cosplay game before. Art type. I think art is, I believe it is a pretty popular one, so. And dating is also very popular. So she's pretty tired now. We're just missing the game one. So I think I'm going to let these guys go and rest up. Nice. Great. I'm getting a lot of fans here. I want to check up on... Oh, that sucks. The first week is very disappointing. Let me see what my staff's energy level is. Okay. Let me continue with my training then. Hunting is unlocked. Great. And believe I am missing this training. Yeah, wrestling is unlocked. This is awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to get some new staff higher. And I am going to splurge a little bit. It should be about time for an office upgrade, I think. So the salesman is back, and we're gonna buy some more Deadpools from him. And that's it. Nice, we got 5 applicants. So we have another coder, another writer, sound engineer, and a producer, our first producer, and she's quite talented at graphics, so I'm gonna use her to replace our graphics girl. And even if the stats are better on our designer, now I'm starting to hesitate. I think that she's so talented at graphics that and she has pretty high energy, so I'm going to keep her around for a little bit longer. I will use her to replace... I definitely need to replace our writer, so I'm going to get rid of him, even though he has seemingly good stats by now, but his energy level is so short that he won't even be able to really fully utilize all his good stats, so I'm going to get rid of him. Yes. And let me see who else is good here. None of these guys are really too exciting for me, and I don't think that anyone else in our company is too low on the power scale, so I do want to I do want to get rid of Abraham, just almost out of principle, because he's not giving me a whole lot, but his raw stats are pretty good, and maybe if I find a different game type and game genre combo for him, he may be able to give us a lot more, because he hasn't given us much in the past few games, and I'm not sure how does this game handle something like that. I'm not sure if each of these employees have specific games that they like to work on and they're going to give a lot of points to, or if it's just random chance based on their stats. So a 45 in graphics is always going to be better than a 44 in graphics. I don't know if that's how it works or if they do have preferences, but right now it just seems like it makes sense to hold on to him for now. But once we start getting a lot more producers and directors, these guys are all gonna go. Yeah. So we do have these new game genres and all that, because the producer brings in some skill sets that allows us to do new things. And we are not selling enough games to justify moving up a different platform yet, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me take a look at what we have. We do have Sim RPG. If memory serves correctly, I think that nothing really goes that well with the Sim RPG. Yeah, so nothing goes too well with Sim RPG, so I'm not going to be using that. I think Life would be an interesting one. I think maybe Life and Animal. I think maybe that would be a good combination. I think that... Let me take a look at what types are popular here. Do I have any A types? Oh! It looks like I have dating. So I think that it probably goes pretty well with dating also. I'm gonna do this. And how rich are we? Are we rich enough to do this yet? No. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer for some more sales so we can do the speedy thing. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so let's get us started. For a dating and life game, I think the game world would be pretty important for a life-related game. And for dating, do we need cuteness, realism? Maybe some realism would be helpful. I don't think we need niche because we're going to be targeting the mass market, and that looks pretty good to me. And both of these are level 5, so we're pretty experienced with this. For this, I am going to see if scenario writing. I don't really trust Abraham to write these things. I'm not sure if Abraham. This game combo is more suited for actually female writers. I think that from previous games, I do notice that things like action, racing games are better for male writers, whereas for female writers, they're better at animal games and life games. So I think I'm going to maybe regret this, but he does have a lot of scenario stat points. Let's just hope for the best. Oh, he's giving me a lot. Nice. That's the most you've... That's a good improvement, Abraham. Good job. I am surprised. Looks like we're still selling our game, but it's not going to be the best-selling game we've had. And when you look on the chart over here, the green part shows you our record sales for each week, and the purple bars are where we're at, so clearly we're not doing too well. But it gave us enough money, and we're not complaining. So we got a nice amount of graphics, for fun. And now for graphics, I'm going to use our new producer. Let's see what she can give us. Okay. Not too shabby. We have good fun, good graphics, and we're just waiting for the sound. For the sound, I guess we only have one person who can work on this, so I'm gonna give it to Abraham. Not the best, but for Abraham it's pretty good. Yeah, so it looks like our employees are taking their first and only break, which is... they're all leaving, which is cool with me. And that's already a lot better than when we used to have our writer, John, taking 2 breaks per game. So that's the final product. It looks like we have good fun, good graphics, and decent sound and decent creativity. For a dating game, it's not bad. It's not too bad. Fun is the most important part. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what our critics are saying. It looks like they're not a big fan. Oh man, we're just making new lows. I have no idea, guys. I don't know how this game's gonna sell. I mean, just these reviews are just terrible. I thought we did a good job on this one. It's a good combination, and it's got pretty solid stats. I can't believe they're not liking this. So, but anyways, this video's hitting 40 minutes. I'm gonna end this here. Please come and subscribe to my channel, guys. if you do like the games I play. And if you have any suggestions for other games to play, please let me know about them. I'm always trying to find new games to play, always trying to find fun games to play, so chances are, if you like the games I play on this channel, then we have similar interests, and I truly am curious about what you guys are doing. I really want to know what you guys are playing, so feel free to share that with me, and until